Hey, welcome to Coffee Lover's Dream, the making of a cold process soap. I am Tina Moenck. I am the author of the Soap Making Handbook, Volume 1. And if you are brand new to soap making, please watch my beginner soap making series in my playlist. And there is also lots of information in the files for beginners in my Facebook group called Soap Making and Business Coaching. And this is a very dark roast coffee that I used, and I also bought a burr mill to finely grind the coffee beans myself, because I bought regular ground coffee before, and it's too scratchy, it's too sharp in soap. So I wanted to try the burr mill and do this finely ground coffee beans. So I will actually be talking about it more in my Facebook group after I've been able to try this soap and see how it goes. But yes, never add lye to a hot liquid. So this coffee is very cold. I made it the day before, and then I just kept it in the fridge until I was ready to make the soap. And there is kind of a funky smell when you mix lye with any other liquid besides water. And but don't worry about it. It doesn't affect the end of the soap at all. It doesn't, you can't smell it. Tea does the same thing. And I know some people like to freeze the coffee and then mix the lye in with the coffee, ice cubes. But I don't see a need for that. I'm just using very cold coffee. And the coffee smell does not come through the soap at the end. So I'm using a espresso fragrance oil from Brambleberry. And that fragrance oil does have a vanilla content. So it does darken, but the soap is already dark, so there's no need to worry about it. And you can pause this video and copy down the recipe if you want, and then just run it through a lye calculator to get the amount that you need to fit your mold. Now, anytime you find a recipe online, make sure you run it through a lye calculator anyway. So I'm not including the lye amount or the water amount because you're going to need to adjust that to fit your mold anyway. So I'm just giving you the percentages to work off of. And both the lye coffee mix and the oils are around 100 degrees. That's normally where I do cold process. If you're interested in any of the hot process videos or the fluid hot process, I do have lots of videos on that as well. But I've never made a soap with the coffee as the lye water before, so this was a little bit different for me too. But this was made for a store that has some interest in my soaps. And they sell coffee, so I wanted to make a coffee soap. In the previous video with the mustard seed oil, that is for the same store as well. So different soaps for a different store, so we'll see how it goes. And I'll be talking more about that in my Facebook group too. I do add sodium citrate dissolved in water that's actually taken from the lye water amount. And the sodium citrate does act as a chelating agent, and it does help reduce soap scum in hard water. And we have very hard water, so it's less to clean in the shower. So bonus. And also, if you'd like more information on that as well, using the citric acid or sodium citrate in your soaps, I will put a link in the description box. I have a mini course on how anything you ever wanted to know about doing that in soap and how to do the calculations if you want to use citric acid. That is all in that course. And it's also included in my masterclass, Advanced Soap Formulations, as well. As long, with the Soap Making Handbook is included for free in that masterclass, Advanced Soap Formulations course too. So you get it all in the masterclass. And then here, I'm adding the finely ground coffee just for exfoliation. And I'm really curious to see how this does with the finely ground coffee from the burr mill. And then, I did use the zinc oxide for the colorant to do some swirls and add to the top too. This actually stayed pretty fluid, but I wanted it to get a little bit thicker just so the coffee grounds would stay suspended. And just, if you have any questions or comments, please leave those below too. I'm happy to answer. You can ask questions in the group as well too. People email me all the time with questions, so however you're comfortable asking questions, please ask, because I want you to be comfortable making soap. That's why I have the whole 20 video series for beginners and tons of information in the files of my Facebook group for beginners as well too. And this fragrance oil smells so good, even after I'm doing the voiceover right now about a week after I've made this soap. It still smells so good. So if you've used the espresso fragrance oil from Brambleberry, let me know how you like it. And then I'm just using my hanger swirl tool just to get a little bit of swirl action in there. And I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a lighter layer on top, kind of like if you have a foamy coffee. That's how I make my coffee in the morning. I only get a little bit being pregnant in the morning, but I have my keto coffee, and I couldn't do keto the first trimester, so I'm able to do low carb again. Keto's a little bit not agreeing with me still. But I do have my keto coffee in the morning, and I blend it in my Ninja blender, and it gets this like a foamy, frothy layer on top. That's a little bit lighter colored, so that's kind of why I put the lighter color on top. And if you haven't watched the mustard seed oil video, Faith of a Mustard Seed, I do go into a lot more information about what's coming up in that video too. Then I saved some of the coffee portion to put on top to do some decoration. And I did last minute decide to put some of the ground coffee on one side of the soap on top just for some more decoration. And then I always just use a wooden skewer to do some swirls on top. And then I always spray with 91% rubbing alcohol to help prevent soda ash. But this soap did get a full gel, so probably won't have to worry about it too much. And I'll show you the cut here. I love how this turned out. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. And please leave comments or questions below. And you can also join my Facebook group, Soap Making and Business Coaching, if you haven't. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Tina Moenck. You can also get more information at naturalsudsandmore.com. And also, please check the subscription box below for more information and links to my books and courses if you are interested in that.